The alert pinged at 11:47 p.m. Motion detected. Executive floor. After hours, Marcus Chen pulled up the security feed on his phone. They'd installed new cameras 3 weeks ago. High resolution, motion activated, coverage of every office floor. The board had insisted after the equipment theft last quarter. Someone was moving around the executive conference room. He zoomed in. A woman. Cleaning uniform. Pushing a cart. Normal so far? Then she stopped. Looked around. Checking if anyone was watching. Suspicious behavior. Marcus sat up straighter. Watched closer. She walked to the conference table. Set down her cleaning supplies. Pulled something from her cart. Laptop. Old. Battered. She opened it. Started typing. Marcus grabbed his keys. 20-minute drive to the office. He'd catch her doing whatever she was doing. Theft, probably. Using the company Wi-Fi. Selling access. Something he was already in his car when he looked at the feed again. Closer this time. She wasn't browsing. Wasn't shopping. Wasn't on social media. She was coding and writing software. Complex algorithms on the screen. At the same time, I was sitting in the executive conference room at midnight. In a cleaning uniform. Who was this woman? Claudia Martinez was 31 years old. Cleaned offices at Tech Core Industries 5 nights a week. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. $13 per hour. Third shift, alone. Invisible. She had credentials. Computer science degree from a state university. Graduated 4 years ago. In the top 20% of her class. Internship at a startup. Portfolio of projects. Everything required for entry-level tech jobs is required. Couldn't get hired? 200 applications. 15 interviews. 0 offers. Always the same feedback. Not quite the right fit. Going with someone with more experience. We'll keep your resume on file. She knew why. Her last name. Her accent. Her state school degree is competing against candidates from prestigious universities. The tech industry's diversity problem was well documented. Living it was different than reading about it. Bills didn't wait for a perfect job. She'd taken cleaning work. Temporary, she'd told herself. Just until she found a tech position. 4 years later, still cleaning, still applying, still getting rejected, but she never stopped coding. Worked on projects during cleaning shifts. The company's Wi-Fi was fast. Offices were empty. She'd finish cleaning by 2 a.m., spend the remaining 4 hours coding, teaching herself new frameworks, building applications, maintaining skills that were slowly becoming outdated because no one would hire her to use them professionally. She'd been careful. Used conference rooms, nobody monitored. Thought cameras only covered hallways. Thought she was invisible like always. Thought wrong, Marcus was watching. Had been watching for 3 nights, trying to understand what he was seeing. Why was Cleaner writing production-level code after mopping floors? Marcus arrived at the office at 12:23 a.m., parked, took the elevator to the executive floor, moved quietly. Wanted to observe before confronting. Conference room lights were on. He approached silently. Looked through the glass wall. Claudia sat at the table. Laptop open. Code on screen. Cleaning cart beside her. She was completely focused. Solving some problem. Muttering to herself. Marcus recognized the framework. React. Advanced implementation. Component architecture. State management. Professional level work. Not hobby coding. Not a tutorial follower. Real development. He opened the door. Excuse me? Claudia jumped. Spun around. Saw a man in expensive casual clothes. A company executive, probably. Her face went through several expressions. Shock, fear, resignation. I can explain, she started. I hope so. Because I've been watching you for 3 nights. Trying to understand why our cleaner is writing enterprise software in our conference room? I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't use the space. I'll leave. Won't happen again. Wait, I'm not firing you. I'm confused. You're writing React applications. That's not hobby code. That's professional development. Why are you cleaning offices? Claudia hesitated, deciding whether honesty was safe. I have a computer science degree. Can't get hired in tech. This job pays bills while I keep trying. You have a CS degree and you're cleaning offices. Yes, sir. For how long? For years. Marcus felt something between anger and shame. For years, applying to tech jobs? Every week. Sometimes every day. 200 companies. Multiple positions each. Nobody hires me. Why not? You clearly have skills. I don't fit their profile. Wrong school. Wrong background. Wrong last name, probably? They never say it directly. Just not the right fit. I know what it means. Have you ever been told you're not the right fit? Comment below if you've experienced this. I want to hear your stories. Marcus looked at her laptop. At the code, what are you building? Inventory management system. For small businesses, most solutions are too expensive or too complex. I'm building something simple, affordable, effective. Show me. Claudia pulled up the application. Clean interface, intuitive design, solid architecture. Marcus recognized quality work. He ran a tech company, hired developers constantly. This was better than half his current team's output. This is production ready. Almost. A few more features, then I'll try to sell it. Maybe make some money. Maybe get noticed. Maybe finally break into the industry. He built this while cleaning offices. Built 3 applications, actually. This is the newest. The other 2 are deployed. Small user bases. Generate maybe 200 monthly. Not enough to quit the day job, but proves I can ship products. Marcus sat down. Let me understand. You have a computer science degree? You've shipped applications. You're building 3rd. And you clean offices because tech companies won't hire you. It's an accurate summary. Have you applied to TechCore? Claudia laughed bitterly. 7 times. For different positions, the automated system rejects me within hours. Never reaches human reviewer. Our automated system rejected you 7 times. Your automated system rejects everyone like me. State school. Employment gap. Current job title, custodian. Algorithm decides I'm not qualified before anyone sees my work. Marcus pulled out his phone. Called someone. Late, but this couldn't wait. Karen, it's Marcus. I need you to pull all applications from Claudia Martinez, everyone we received. Email them to me tonight. Yes, tonight. It's important. He hung up. Looked at Claudia. I'm CEO of TechCore, Marcus Chen, and I think our hiring system just failed catastrophically. They sat in that conference room until 3 a.m. Marcus is asking questions. Claudia answered honestly. About her degree, her skills, her applications, her rejections, her survival, her refusal to give up despite 4 years of doors closing. Marcus pulled up the applications, all 7. Read rejection emails. Each one is automated. Not qualified for this position, generic, impersonal, wrong. He looked at her resume. State University, good grades, decent internship, project portfolio. Everything needed for an entry-level position is provided. Nothing explaining why she'd been rejected 7 times, except for 1 line. Current employment, custodial services, TechCore industries. Our system rejected you because you work here, Marcus said slowly. Because you clean our offices. The algorithm assumes custodians can't be developers. Filters you out automatically. You've been applying to work here while literally working here, and the system rejected you because of your job title. Claudia nodded. I figured that's why I used a personal email. Didn't mention I worked here. Thought maybe that would help. Didn't this is insane? You're building applications in our conference room, using our Wi-Fi, maintaining skills we desperately need, and our hiring system rejects you because you're honest about employment. System is working as designed. Designed to filter people like me, people with gaps, non-traditional backgrounds, jobs that don't match the target profile. It's efficient. Just eliminates qualified candidates along with unqualified ones. Marcus felt angry, not at her. In the system, at his company, in the industry, how many others like you? Qualified people rejected by algorithms? Thousands probably. People with skills, with drive, with everything except a perfect background. System filters them. They end up in survival jobs. Stay there, because nobody looks past the job title. Where are you watching from? Have you been filtered by automated systems? Drop a comment. That ends now. At this company, at least, I'm hiring you. Software developer. Entry-level pay is $75,000. You start on Monday. You're done cleaning. Claudia stared. You're serious? Completely. You've demonstrated skills beyond those of most candidates we interview. You've shipped products. You've maintained expertise through 4 years of rejection. Why wouldn't I hire you? Because I clean toilets. Because my resume looks wrong. Because I don't fit the profile. You fit what matters. Competence. Drive. Actual skills. Everything else is just bias we've been too lazy to fix. Until now. Marcus called an emergency meeting on Monday morning. Entire HR department. All hiring managers. VP of Engineering. Director of Operations. We have a problem, he announced. Critical failure in the hiring process. I discovered it Friday night. Going to fix it immediately. He pulled up Claudia's resume on the screen. This woman applied to work here 7 times. For different positions, all software development roles. The automated system rejected her every time, before human review. Anyone want to guess why? People looked at the resume, studied qualifications, looked confused. State school? Someone guessed. No, her current employment. She works here. Night shift custodian. The system saw that job title, filtered her out, assumed the custodian can't be the developer. She's been cleaning our offices while building production-level applications. We rejected her 7 times because the algorithm is stupid. The room went silent. How did you discover this? The HR director asked. Caught her on the security camera, working on the laptop after cleaning, thought she was stealing something, confronted her, discovered she has a computer science degree, has shipped 2 applications, is building the 3rd, has applied here multiple times, gets auto-rejected because she's honest about employment. That's standard filtering. Irrelevant work experience gets deprioritized. Work experience isn't irrelevant. She works here. She's reliable enough to trust with office access, honest enough to list employment accurately, skilled enough to build applications that our senior developers would struggle with. And we rejected her because she cleans floors while coding. What do you want us to do? Audit every rejected application from the past 2 years. Look for patterns. State schools auto-ejected. Employment gaps are punished. Non-traditional backgrounds filtered. Find every qualified candidate we missed because the algorithm is biased. Review them manually. Give them real consideration. It's thousands of applications, and hire temporary reviewers. This is a priority. We're losing talent because we're lazy. Fix it. The audit took 6 weeks. The results were worse than Marcus expected. Over 2,000 applications were rejected by automated filters. Qualified candidates are eliminated before human review. 300 had relevant degrees. 200 had shipped products. 500 had professional experience, but the system deemed it irrelevant. 73 were current tech core employees in non-technical roles, all rejected, all filtered, all invisible. Marcus called a company-wide meeting. 500 employees told Claudia's story about cleaner writing code, about 7 rejections, about an algorithm that valued pedigree over competence. Claudia Martinez works here, has worked here for 4 years, cleaned your offices, used her time to build applications, applied for development positions 7 times, got rejected 7 times because our system is broken, because we prioritize where people went to school over what they can do. He paused. Let it sink in. She starts as a developer today, but she's not alone. We audited 2 years of applications, found 2,000 qualified candidates rejected by algorithms. We're reviewing manually. We've already identified 50. We're interviewing immediately. Some might be better than the current staff. All deserve a chance we didn't give them. But here's a bigger issue. We have 73 current employees who applied to other positions here, got rejected. Custodians with IT skills, administrative assistants with business degrees, security guards with finance backgrounds. We employ qualified people, pay them poverty wages, reject them when they try to advance. That's not just inefficient, it's cruel. Effective immediately. Internal mobility policy changes. Any employee can apply to any position. Gets guaranteed human review. Gets an interview if minimally qualified. We're creating an internal training program, helping people develop skills for roles they want. We're done wasting talent we're already paying for. Have you ever been employed somewhere that wouldn't let you advance? Share your experience below. Claudia stood up in the audience. Can I say something? Marcus nodded. I'm grateful, truly, but I'm one person. This company probably has hundreds more like me, working jobs below one's capability because nobody looked beyond the job title, beyond current circumstances, beyond what the algorithm decided we were worth. Don't just fix this for me. Fix it for everyone. Make this standard, not an exception. The room applauded. 300 employees standing, understanding that invisible talent existed everywhere, understanding that titles concealed capability, understanding that looking past assumptions revealed possibilities. 3 years after that, the security camera caught her coding. Claudia was a senior software developer, led a team of 8, shipped products used by millions, became the company advocate for non-traditional hiring. Marcus's audit transformed the company. The internal mobility program promoted 200 employees in 3 years. Custodian became a database administrator. A security guard became a financial analyst. Administrative assistants became project managers. Each one qualified. Each one overlooked. Each one is waiting for a chance. External hiring changed too. Automated filters removed. Human reviewers are required for all technical positions. Resume screening trained to value skills over pedigree. Application process redesigned to catch algorithm bias. The company hired differently. From boot camps, from community colleges, from career changers, from people with gaps, from people with unconventional backgrounds. Quality improved. Diversity increased. Innovation accelerated. Other companies noticed. Contacted Marcus, wanted to replicate the model. He shared freely. Published methodology. Spoke at conferences. Advocated for human-centered hiring. Algorithms optimized for what they're told to value. He explained to the audience at a tech conference. We told ours to value pedigree, elite schools, prestigious companies, traditional backgrounds. It filtered accordingly, eliminated thousands of qualified candidates, including a woman working in our building, cleaning our offices, building better code than the people we were hiring. The problem isn't algorithms. The problem is what we value, what we tell them to prioritize. If we value pedigree over capability, we get homogeneous teams from elite schools. If we value demonstrated skills over traditional paths, we get diverse teams with actual competence. Choice is ours. At the 5th anniversary of her hiring, Claudia was promoted to engineering director, youngest in company history, managed 60 developers, oversaw critical infrastructure, led major initiatives. She still told her story. About cleaning offices, about coding at midnight, about thinking she was alone, about the camera catching her, about the CEO who investigated instead of assuming, about the company that changed because one person got caught being incompetent. I was invisible for 4 years, she told new employees during orientation. Worked here. Applied here. Got rejected here. Because I cleaned offices while having a degree? Because the algorithm couldn't see past the job title. Because nobody looked until someone literally watched me work. That shouldn't be required. Nobody should need a boss watching a security camera at midnight to prove they're qualified. We're fixing that. Looking deliberately. Asking questions. Creating pathways. Because I'm not unique. I'm common. Qualified people are working survival jobs everywhere, waiting for someone to look beyond the title, beyond the current circumstance, beyond what the algorithm decided they were worth. Good if you have colleagues in non-technical roles, talk to them. Ask about backgrounds, about skills, about aspirations. You might be surprised. Might discover an engineer cleaning floors, might discover an analyst answering phones, might discover a leader pushing a mail cart. They're here. They're qualified. They're invisible unless we look. If this story resonates with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Tell me in the comments, were you ever more qualified than your job showed? Here is what Claudia Martinez's story teaches us. First, privacy invasion sometimes reveals dignity, not crime. Marcus installed cameras, expecting to catch thieves. Caught competence instead. Claudia thought she was alone, was being watched. Surveillance revealed she was using time productively, maintaining skills, building products, working toward goals. What looked suspicious was actually admirable. Sometimes watching people reveals not wrongdoing, but extraordinary dedication. Not every after-hours activity is nefarious. Some is just survival. Some is growth. Some refuse to give up despite circumstances. Second, job titles conceal capabilities systematically. Claudia had a computer science degree. Professional skills. Shipped products. Title said custodian. The algorithm saw the title, filtered her out. Never saw a person. Never assessed capability. The title became a barrier. The system assumed custodians can't code. Security guards can't analyze. Administrative assistants can't strategize. Wrong? They can. They do. The title shows current employment, not capability, not potential, not worth. Stop judging people by titles. Start assessing actual skills. Third, automated hiring filters eliminate qualified candidates at scale. 2,000 applications rejected in 2 years. 300 had relevant degrees. 200 had shipped products. All filtered, all eliminated, all invisible. Algorithms optimize for what they're programmed to value. If programmed to value pedigree, they filter non-traditional backgrounds. If programmed to value employment continuity, they filter gaps. If programmed to value current titles, they filter unconventional paths. The result is thousands of qualified candidates eliminated before human review. Your efficient hiring process is efficiently excluding talent. Fourth, internal candidates face external barriers. 73 TechCore employees applied to other positions internally, all rejected. The company employed them, trusted them with building access, paid them wages, but wouldn't let them advance, wouldn't review them for different roles, wouldn't invest in internal mobility. That's not just inefficient, that's cruel. You're already paying these people, already employing them, already trusting them. Let them grow. Create pathways. Invest in mobility. Stop treating internal candidates worse than external ones. Fifth, skills maintenance despite circumstances demonstrates extraordinary discipline. Claudia coded for 4 years while cleaning offices. Maintained expertise. Built applications. Shipped products. Stayed current. That's discipline most people can't imagine. When you're working overnight cleaning, using the remaining time to code shows commitment beyond normal. When you've been rejected 200 times and keep applying, the resilient system should reward, not punish. People maintaining professional skills through survival jobs are extraordinary. Recognize that. Value that. Hire that. Sixth, changing hiring systems requires leadership commitment. Marcus didn't just hire Claudia, audited the entire system, changed policies, required human review, eliminated biased filters, created internal mobility, changed company culture. One person's hiring wasn't enough. The system needed transformation. That required authority, required resources, required commitment. If you're in leadership, understand individual fixes are insufficient. The system creates patterns. Fix the system, not just exceptions. Make Claudia's story impossible by making recognition a standard. If you manage people, know your employees, not just their current roles, their backgrounds, their skills. Their capabilities are beyond job descriptions. That custodian might have an engineering degree. That receptionist might have a finance background. That security guard might have IT certifications. They're working these jobs because they need work, not because they belong there. Create pathways. Offer opportunities. Help them use actual skills. Stop wasting talent you're already employing. If you're hiring, eliminate automated filters. Require human review. Train reviewers to value demonstrated skills over pedigree. Look at project portfolios. At the shipped products, maintained expertise. People who've kept learning despite circumstances. Those are your best hires. Not people who got perfect internships at prestigious companies. People who taught themselves while working night shift. People who refused to quit despite 200 rejections. People who maintained professional identity through survival jobs. If you're working below your capability, maintain your skills. Claudia coded at midnight. Built applications. Shipped products. Kept expertise current. When opportunity came, she was ready. You can't control when recognition happens. You control how prepared you are. Keep learning. Keep building. Keep being professional, even when nobody recognizes you as one. Eventually, someone looks. Be ready when they do. If you design hiring systems, understand that algorithms are amoral. They optimize for what you tell them to value. If you tell them to value elite schools, they eliminate state schools. If you tell them to value employment continuity, they eliminate gaps. If you tell them to value traditional backgrounds, they eliminate everyone else. Question your values. Question your filters. Question whether you're optimizing for actual capability or proxies that correlate with privilege. Talent hides in plain sight, Claudia. Cleaned the offices in the building where she applied for jobs. Coded at desks belonging to developers less skilled than her. It was invisible to everyone except the security camera. Recognition required the CEO to watch late-night footage. Required curiosity overrides assumptions. Required investigation revealing the truth. How many others are invisible right now? In your building? In your company? In your industry? Cleaning offices with computer science degrees? Answering phones with business degrees? Providing security with specialized skills? Working survival jobs while maintaining professional capabilities? Nobody recognizes. They're everywhere. They're qualified. They're invisible because systems don't look, because algorithms filter, because humans judge titles, not people. Change that. Look deliberately. Question assumptions. Create pathways. Eliminate biased filters. Require human review. Value demonstrated skills. Recognize dedication. Invest in people who invested in themselves, despite circumstances working against them. Claudia thought she was alone, was being watched. That surveillance became a catalyst for transformation. For her, for the company, for hiring practices, For hundreds of employees who got opportunities they'd been denied, all because one CEO got curious instead of assuming, investigated instead of judging. Recognize capability instead of seeing only the title. Be that curious. Be that questioning. Be willing to see past assumptions. The next person you promote might be cleaning your office right now, writing code at midnight, maintaining skills in silence, waiting for someone to finally see them. Look now. They've waited long enough.